place. What else you said?
Music. Got to have the
What
music.
kind of music we talking about?
It depends. If it's oldie but goodies nights, some old soft rock. If it's Motown nights, some old Motown. If it's jazz night, some jazz, some um, jazz masters, some
What's a
Paul
good jazz artist?
Hardcastle.
What's a good um
Jazz masters, Paul Hardcastle. Um,
the teachers are like, just make sure you just remember the parents' faces, you know. But like other than that, like they're very smart. You would think a 2-year-old or a 1-year-old is, you know, a little, you know, not really here on the planet. They're very here. Like they're very intelligent. 1-year-olds and 2-year-olds. Maybe the infants, I really don't know. Like, but the 1-year-olds and 2-year-olds and up, they're intelligent. The 2-year-olds that I met, they count up to 70. They count to 70. 2-year-olds. A lot of them. They're very intelligent.
that's
Very.
directly reflective on how much time somebody spent to teach them. Because the most of the adults don't sit down and teach babies shit no
Yeah.
more. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, sweetie, I want to take one more call before I wrap it up for the night, okay?
Okay. It's really nice speaking to you. I do plan to talk to you again. Let's do 101 a consultation.
Okay, sweetie.
Okay, bye.
All
Bye.
right. I'll talk to you later. You can sense her natural innocence. It's just yeah, these babies now ain't that they learning that they have to teach themselves by generational information. Hey, how you doing?
Hi, how are you?
You ain't never get back
I'm
with me.
good. Oh my gosh, because they've been trying to book me all the time, so I
I
be so
know.
busy.
That's what greatness do for you.
I just I just been enjoying the show, man. I mean the
Well, I'm
live.
gonna
My
tell you
birthday's
happy birthday
Monday.
now in case I don't hear from you then.
Man, you know you gonna hear from me, man. It's my birthday. I'm a Virgo. You Virgo. But you know what's so crazy? I be watching some shit, and it's not to think that I'm like slow or some shit, but this is how like we live in different timelines, right? Because there's this show called I'm a Virgo, ironically, and in the show they have this girl there, and have you seen the show? Probably not, right? All right, real fast. So the everybody has like superpowers kinda, and one of the girls, she's moving super, 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 super fast, right? And so that's kind of her superpower. And she fucking they
Y'all Virgo
put
something else,
this
sweetie.
episode.
You said Virgo and
I
the
know
whole
we're
Virgo gang
like
went to
so,
throwing up Virgo and y'all stay tripping like a motherfucker.
man, Virgos, Man, Virgos rule
You
the
look,
world,
look,
and you know it.
y'all here
We the
sex
same
stripping like a
sign,
motherfucker.
and we crazy as fuck. We're crazy, we're crazy as fuck. But she's moving. Her mind is moving so fast. So they were saying that she was autistic, right? So they put it in perspective of an autistic person, and she wasn't autistic. It's that her mind was moving so fast that everyone else was moving slow. So it was kind of like these motherfuckers are like geniuses, right? Because sometimes I think I'm fucking slow when I'm hearing people talk, and even sometimes I hear you talking on lives. Like that's why when I come on, I don't say much because it's more of a telepathic thing. My mind is like 10 pages ahead. I don't be having shit. Think about this. I hear you guys talk, and when y'all, not anybody specific today, but I'll hear you talk to some people, and by the time y'all get to the end of what y'all saying, I was already there, like before y'all even, you get what I'm saying? You know, when I was studying etymology, they was talking about how the English language for certain class of people is broken down so much, and people think that words means you're smarter, or when in fact the less you communicate says more about your telepathic ability to be able to communicate without so much help. So that shit is just crazy. I was like, I be thinking I'm slow. I be missing it. Like I be looking at people and they just be talking. I be like, I be thinking to myself like I'm on a whole different page, thinking I'm tripping. But it's just
And you
how we
gotta
communicate as
remember,
people is just crazy.
when we talk to people that's in our clan, we need less words because we already understand each other.
And who uses less words? Autistic people and people. They don't need to come. They're geniuses. That it's so fucking crazy because like they need they.
Look,
It's some autistic kids that come and they do things, and people just be like, "Oh, well, they're excellent at this or they're excellent at that." But regular people, have to be really. We're really like
you
they
know I
treating
was
us like
in special
retards
ed damn near my
down
whole
this
school
motherfucker.
career. They told my mama,
Bro,
look,
I
look,
thought I was
they
special ed
told
my
my
whole
mama,
life.
they
Whole
told my
time
mama I
my
can't
mind
learn.
was moving. That
Looking
shit
back on
is
that
they
shit now,
treat
can
us
you
like
imagine
we
that? They told my
slow.
mama I wasn't gonna never, can't nobody teach me that and I ain't gonna never be able to learn that.
I'm telling you, the mind is a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. Like I feel like this birthday is my life is really changing with this shit, man. Cause I'm really. I used to always think like when I talk to, I've I've talked to some great people, and my mind just go blank, and I just be thinking to myself, I don't have no. It's like I'm already there. I can't explain it. I can't put it in
But
words.
that's a psychic
Like
ability you describing.
exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. It's, and then I think I'm with this dreaming stuff. I'm starting to get a more handle on my dreams. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but I'm just riding the wave, man. Everybody got a part to play. That's what I'm starting to understand. I don't have to be every piece of the puzzle. Everybody, we all a collective. You know, I try to get people to understand that. Like, I thought that I was fucked up for not being around. So I be so isolated all the time. But I be trying to tell you, like, we already one. We're in the realm that's giving the illusion that we're separate. But everybody is getting on this wave of consciousness, and they're just trying to like band together, but still not going within, but creating a religion out of consciousness. So that's why I gotta stay the fuck away from people because
That's
it's just too
them
much
diet woke
shit going
motherfuckers
on.
trying to convince a motherfucker they woke and keep giving them
Agents,
misinformation and disinformation.
that shit's
I keep
scary.
telling them, look, tell the motherfucker, don't argue with them, argue with their receipts. Where your receipts at? If you're gonna tell me something, you gotta be able to provide your receipts. That's why I'm the king of receipts. No, don't just be telling no motherfucker nothing. Don't argue with me, nigga. Argue with these receipts.
They spitting that shit out over and over again. Y'all, everybody in the comments, y'all, listen. They spitting the shit out over and over again. It's a fucking. Did you see? I'm a real like. My first lecture was Alimel Bay, but I was really stuck to Bobby because he was a movie person. I'm such a movie motherfucker. Like I love movies because when I watch movies, the shit I see in these movies, I mean, the most
You know what?
mundane
The whole
movies
the
have the
whole
most
idea of
spiritual
movies
meaning.
came from hieroglyphics, right?
Right.
So if you go to the pyramids in Mexico, Egypt, or China, or you look at the paintings on the wall in some of the places in India, if you go into a semi-trance state, that shit come alive and it start playing the story out for you. Only certain people with the right DNA can see it. So it looked like a motherfucker making that shit up when he's telling you that the statue came alive. He not making it up. It's just that his DNA resonates with the message, and that's how he perceived the message with his physical senses for a metaphysical event. He seen that motherfucking stone get up and walk over to him and start talking, but the people next to him still see the stone standing there. He talking to this motherfucker. They looking like, who is this nigga talking to?
Niggas need to read up. Niggas need to really start digging into the quantum physics because I used to do that shit as a kid. Every cartoon show I would watch, for some reason, I thought them motherfuckers was real. Not in a way that like, oh, imagination. No, I'm like, when the lights go out, these motherfuckers are still energy. I can't explain it. It's just like, that's so crazy that you just said that. All this shit be so. Movies are the best. Movies are it's a documentary. The Westerners, the Pilgrims making
Somebody just said that
documentaries
in
of
the
all this
comments.
shit,
Movies are
and this
documentaries. Look,
they're all documentaries. The only movie, you know what's crazy? I never got into the Matrix, right? I wasn't into the Matrix because I'm such a girly girl. I'm a super Virgo girly girl, and I finally watched the Matrix, and it's one of my favorite movies now because I guess Spirit didn't want me to watch it at the time. I watched it, and at the time I had just got on my journey, so I was seeing my birthday every fucking like I see to this day for the past like 8 years. I see my birthday 100 times a day. I'm used to it. In the Matrix, when Neo hits the alarm clock, 918 comes on the alarm clock, and that like freaked me the fuck out at the time. And then I watched the Matrix, and I understood. I just can't get into the Terminator because action
look.
movies are like, I don't
When
know.
I first watched The Matrix, I watched that motherfucker about 47 times.
Yo, I watched it so many times.
I watched
It's
the whole
insane.
thing.
It's
Look, I used to, I got the video collection, had it on repeat. But when it first came out, I was locked up. So they used to play it at every couple of months. And they put it in, and then to play 24 hours, I watched that motherfucker back to back. And when I came home, by that time, I think the third Matrix was coming out. And I got all of them. I just be sitting in my room, Matrix style.
You seen the last one?
That shit,
Seen that
that shit was
bullshit?
so cool. You know why
Oh
they
my
made that movie, right?
god!
It was a way to usurp Sylvia. What's her name? Sylvia. That's not her name. The sister that made the Matrix.
Yeah, I know
Trying to
she's well.
remember her
Yeah.
name.
I watch her interviews all
Sophia
the time.
Stewart. They did that movie to usurp her copyright lawsuit. The rest of the movies they couldn't get no money on, so they had to make one they could get money on. So they wrote.
Yeah, but they stole everything, so they couldn't even make a I'm like, y'all, these motherfuckers couldn't even put together a decent movie enough to even make you
Look,
want to
I
sit
love
through the
the
motherfucker.
Matrix, but that fourth one, I don't even know if I ever seen the whole movie.
Bruh, they had Jada in there looking like a raisin in the sun. Everybody was looking crust. It could have just been a
I'm
lot
shocked
better.
Keanu Reeves we even playing it with that sorry ass script because he real picky about his scripts. That was a piece of shit ass script. I'm surprised he ain't throw up when
He
he
probably understood
read it.
his
You
contract.
hear me? I'm surprised he ain't throw up when he
You
read
say
it.
you surprised. Man, I threw up when I saw it. I threw up when I saw that shit, man. But like, I love the movies. Like your last guest said, like, what a time to be
It's
alive,
another
man.
movie
Like,
between the Matrix trilogy and the Terminator trilogy, and um, it's called I, Robot with Will Smith when the machines become conscious. That's
right.
that's the
Yeah, I
bridge
seen
movie
that.
between the two series.
Well, Will Smith was supposed to play in the
Yeah.
Matrix originally. He would have did great. He would have killed that part,
Well,
and he would have
most of
been
the
funny
people that
too.
watch it don't even realize that Morpheus is Neo's alter ego. That's his what you call that's his
Where
dark
I
self.
hear that from? And if you think if everybody really gets into movies, all the movies are
Look,
fucking like
all the
that.
villains in
All of them.
Batman, he's schizophrenic and he's in Arkham Asylum having a hallucination, and all of those are his alter egos when he escaped. And he got to go catch himself and put himself back into the prison.
Some of this shit, like the worst superhero movies, Venom. I ain't know if that nigga was good or bad, but most of the movies are like that, where
Well,
it
if you
it turns
pay
out to
attention to
be
the
just
pay
like you
attention to
run
how
by
they
your
did
movie.
the themes, they gradually start making the hero look like a villain, making the villain
Mm-hmm.
look like a hero. Then they start blurring the lines
Yeah.
between the two. That way, in the minds and consciousness of those watching it, it blurs the line between good and evil. It's a mind trick.
So did you see
I
Tyrone
didn't
got
see it
cloned?
yet, but that's the sequel to Black Dynamite with Michael Jai White.
It was like another Westworld type shit. It was like people keep talking about this dumb shit like clones and hair perms and all that. Fuck that shit. You've been telling us from the jump. A lot of this shit ain't got nothing to do with us. It's that's why when they talk about going within and all that other stuff, people are in fucking loops. They're in fucking timeline loops over and
What
over again. They
reference?
don't even fucking know.
The reference is the
That shit is
Emerald
crazy.
Tablets of Thoth, where he says, all is but cycles within cycles. Learn to break free of the cycles.
And it's so much deeper. That's why, like, because a lot of shit, I really be watching this shit for the information. So, and I'm also, true to myself. I love movies and I love the art of it. But when you look at these documentaries, and it goes so much fucking deeper. And then at the end of Tyrone Got Cloned, the nigga that was I thought of you at the end of this movie. Speaking of, I thought of your ass at the end of this movie. So at the end of the movie, it ended up being himself, obviously, but he ended up being black. So they running around the whole movie talking about how black people this, black people that, and they end up finding out the person that was really doing all this shit was us. And I thought of you, and I was like, he keep telling us this shit, and they show us in every movie. Every movie, it's always a nigga at the end that fucked it up. This shit is crazy. These motherfuckers are in loops. These motherfuckers are NPCs. A lot of these motherfuckers are not even real. A lot of these motherfuckers are, that shit is crazy. Like, I think
I live at a kind of bad neighborhood, but everybody's kind of like nervous a little bit. And I was just wondering, like, is we still kind of under attack, like with certain silent, more like tactics?
Well, a lot of what they think is 5G towers is called ELF towers,
Low frequency towers.
extreme low frequency. And these been used in our communities since the 80s to disrupt us from being able to have clear thoughts in stressful situations. And you can see the